No. You know, there were rumors. I've become almost uncomfortably patient waiting for responses anymore because, dude, every time I go to key up, if I haven't keyed up in hours, as soon as it's my turn or I want to, it's like my node knows I'm there. KD8SLG. Still sounding clear? You are.
Yeah, you're sounding really good. I'd say not a problem. Are you on that HT you were on the other day?
Oh God, no. No, I'm on the FTM 400 with a mag mount sitting next to a bamboo, and the node's probably only about 10 feet away.
There you go. It doesn't sound bad. My only comment for you is it does sound like you're sitting next to a fan.
Then I'm overdriving it a bit, I would say.
There's no buzzing. I would say that's perfectly acceptable. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's working just fine.
Well, I'm not changing anything, so good. Oh man, that K3LR thing really had me bugged for like a minute.
I think between everybody listening, somebody would have figured that out, though. That was a good net today, man. 48, we did pretty good. I wish we could have got 50, but next time.
That's all right, man. Very respectable hour. Very respectable hour. It was fun too. Someday, it just seems there's always like one or two people missing. Like you picked out Cal, and I miss having Ben all the time, and I miss Gil every day. But last time he's sounding better anyway. I don't know if you've talked to him since he was in and out of the hospital. ENU.
Yeah, no, I was wondering. I hadn't heard from Gil in quite some time, so I was wondering about him. And who else I was thinking about recently was Greg KC3SEG. But I saw on Facebook that him and Teddy are about to spend the summer volunteering at Alabama State Parks as caretakers. So that's kind of cool.
That is way cool. I talked to Greg. It was like, it wasn't last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before. He had checked in early, I believe, was in and out. So it's good to hear from those guys. Frozen Radio. Haven't heard from Alaska Mike in a while. And who was the guy in the Coast Guard? He got moved. N8LT. Nate, was it?
Oh, that was AL8T was Nate. Yeah, and he moved across the country. And I think he checked in one time once he moved, but I haven't really heard much from him since. Crazy, all the people that we meet and become regulars, and then they just seem to disappear in waves and come back. But Frozen Radio, it's winter there, so he's probably just trying to stay warm. But maybe I'll shoot him a text or an email and see how he's doing.
We got 4 degrees here, man. He's probably warmer than we are. Farming reindeer or something. KD8SLG.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo.
Go ahead, Phil.
Hey guys, it's good to hear you in there. 88 SLG, Nick, and 88 EPC. Wow, it's nice to hear you guys. You guys both sound real good. Yeah, I hear the what sounds like 60 cycles going on too, causing a little bit of interference, Nick. I don't know where it's originating from, but it sounds like it could be some nearby emission, or possibly even something with the repeater, or some, I don't know. It could be some interference of some kind. I don't have any idea. Anyway, I'm gonna just let you guys know that I was trying to get out of the barn today to go to up to the Waterloo facility where I had an appointment, and neither I or Robin could get out on the road because she didn't have her keys, and because of the snow, I couldn't get the car out of the barn, so we're stuck for a little haul here. Anyway, that said, I'm going to just say it's good to hear you guys, and I hope you're having a great evening. 88 SLG and 88 EPC WV3K.
Right there, Phil. Well, good to hear you out there, and if you need a ride anywhere, if you need anything, I'm off tomorrow all day. Give me a call. I'd be happy to come drive you around if you need anything. And also, just so you know, I think you might have like some kind of Roger beep or something on with you there, because there was some kind of something at the end there. But good to hear you, my friend. And yeah, give me a call tomorrow. Like I said, if you need a ride anywhere, I'm happy to come take you to drive you around. So you let me know. All right, 88 EPC over to 88 SLG. Take it, Nick.
WV3K, KD SLG. Good to hear you, Phil. Sorry about your snowy mishap there. That's a bummer. And man, this snow isn't going anywhere fast, is it? Not at these temperatures.
Yeah, you're right, Nick. It looks like that we got probably another couple weeks of this cold temperature going to hold fast those little water molecules. So we're just going to have to fit it in tight and try to, to weather it. No pun intended. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that, and I got that surgery coming up too on the 27th. So anyway, hopefully we'll get some relief from this cold snap that we've had here for a few weeks, and we got more yet to follow up on the weather that's yet to come. So anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'm going to go ahead and break and let you guys continue with your QSO, and I'm going to call it a night and get myself ready for the evening. So you take care, and God bless. 88 SLG and 88 EPC, WB3K. And Dustin, yeah, I will give you a call tomorrow. WB3K, and I'm clear.
There's 73, Phil, and I'll look forward to hearing from you tomorrow. And you be warm, be safe, and tell Miss Robin we said hello too. Yeah, the cold ain't going nowhere, but that's winter in Ohio for you. What can you do? Over to you, Nick.
WV3K. Hey, KD8 SLG. Take care of yourself, Phil. It's good talking to you. I'm going to get out of the way here, Dustin, and find something else to do until Mickey Mouse roll call. KD8 EPC, this is KD8 SLG. I'll be clear with you.
All right there, Nick. Sounds good. I was just thinking the same thing. The girl's going to be here before we know it. So I'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you later on. This is KD8 EPC, and I'm clear until the Mickey Mouse roll call.
W8HRF here. Can anybody give me an audio check before you jump out of here?
I just heard a bunch of static. I don't know what that was. Just kidding, Josh. Try again. I wasn't listening very critically.
Oh, I'm just happy it's working at all right now. I just got the shack put back together after Winter Field Day. That was an adventure. So it actually doesn't look quite as messy as when I left. So I got a pile of papers here I got to take care of. But so all right, hopefully this is sounding good. I got NetLogger pulled up. So if anybody's sitting there lurking with like on the blue screen or like onto the log, just let me know. KD8SLG W8HRF.
Josh, to me, it sounds like your mic gain is up a little high, like you had it set for doing HF instead of where you are now. I would dial that back a little bit if that's an option.
Hi, Eddie. I heard you in there. Yes, I do have a cold. And how's that, Nick? I dialed it down about 10.
It's definitely better, and the cold explains the rest. KD8SLG.
All right, thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Going to clear with KD8SLG, W3ETB. What's going on, Eddie? How are you?
A mouthful of chips here. Yeah. Well, I'm over my cold. But I recommend is Doc Bryant here, the old, real old family doctor. Country doctor, I should say, country doctor. Anyway, tea, honey, and Jack Daniels, that usually does the trick. Back to you, Josh.
That tea sounds like it's got a little bit of a kick to it. Maybe I could try. I don't drink any, but maybe I have a little bit of a sip just to see if it'll help things out. So it's not too bad. It is definitely not a bad cold. It's mostly just irritating. So I've been working from home this week, so that's why I haven't been on the barometer net in the mornings. Typically, when I work from home, I'm not driving in, and I just go right into the office and get started. So. But, tea and honey, that sounds pretty good. We got a little bit of honey upstairs, so I have to try that. All right, Eddie. Well, it's good to hear you. W3ETB, W8HRF.
Don't forget the lemon. If you don't put Jack Daniels in it, then don't forget the lemon. Just tea, honey, and the lemon. A lot of lemon. Back to you, Josh. What are we waiting for the net?
All right, Eddie. I got you on the list. We'll catch you in a little bit here. W3ETB, W8HRF, standing by for the net.
We have 1 minute till the girl, so we'll be standing by. Kilo, great Yankee uniform, Kilo.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST, QST, QST. Welcome to the Beacon Net pre-show. The Beacon Net is sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association right here on the W8WKY repeater, 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We light up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Tulsa time. This is the pre-show. I'm here to take early check-ins and in and outs. I'll line them up, and at the top of the hour, Lucy's going to knock them down. This is a controlled net, and we ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator tonight is, I forgot my call, Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF. My personal is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel, a.k.a. Mr. Lucy. As is tradition, we're going to check in with the Beacon Net crew before we get the party started. As Nick so fondly calls it, this is the Mickey Mouse roll call. I'm going to go ahead and skip Miss Lucy because she's running upstairs to take care of Mr. Will. And we're going to talk to Dustin, KD8 EPC. How are you, Dustin? I think I heard that you had the day off on Sunday because of the storm. How was that? And are you sticking around tonight?
W8HRF and the Beacon Net pre-show. Well, good evening. This is KD8 EPC. Let's see. First of all, you know what? I'm going to stick around tonight. I have no responsibilities, but I'm going to hang around and harass people in the blue screen and just kind of listen along there. Let's see. I did have Sunday off. I had an adult snow day. It was kind of fun. One of my neighbors came over. We made some crock pot rigatoni, hung out and watched King of the Hill. I mean, what better of a Sunday to have? So there you go. That's all I've got for you for now. I'll save everything else for the big show. With that, this is KD8 EPC. Back to pre-net control.
KD8 EPC, W8HRF, Crockpot Rigatoni. That sounds good. I haven't ever had rigatoni in a while, so fine business, sir. Sounds like you had a good Sunday. Going to clear with KD8 EPC, who's sticking around, going to harass people in the blue screen. That sounds like fun. And we're going to talk to just Nick. I need to get your call corrected in the blue screen because your name is not David. KD8 SLG, W8HRF. You sticking around, Nick?
W8HRF, this is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Josh, and howdy, Lucy. And all the Beacon netizens. There's a KD5 SLG, too. He's checked into the Beacon net, or the Boredom Breaker net. And that one made me do a double take. I'll be around, but not fully engaged tonight. So just a little heads up. But I'll be listening enough to know if things go sideways. You know, some node starts misbehaving or something. Anyway, you guys have fun. And I'll be back at the end for sure. KD8 SLG, back to net control. Thanks, Josh.
KD8 SLG, W8HRF. All right, Nick, we got you sticking around, but passively listening for now. So, fine business, sir. Well, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Going to clear with KD8 SLG, and I think I heard that KD5 SLG station before. We're going to talk to K8QKO. How are you, Nick? Thank you for all your help this weekend. It was a fun time. You sticking around tonight, Nick, or are you getting your parking ticket validated? K8QKO, W8HRF.
W8HRF, K8QKO. I'll stick around for a little bit. I'll listen to that. I'm sitting here in the living room now instead of in my office. I still have a pile of things that need put away, but I'll get there eventually. And, yeah, aside from that, yeah, it was a fun weekend. I enjoyed it. Even though it was cold and snowy, I think it was a fun experience. And thanks to Mike for having us there again. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Josh. K8QKO.
K8QKO, W8HRF. Yeah, I had most of my stuff to put away until about 7:30 today. I finally started putting it away. All right, we got you sticking around, Nick. And last, we're going to talk to K8VZA. How are you, Eric? You have no responsibilities whatsoever as well tonight. You sticking around tonight, or are you getting your ticket validated?
W8HRF, KE8VZA here. I'm going to stick around tonight, especially since I know Dustin's up to speed on all the ins and outs of propane and propane accessories. So activating couches on the air tonight. Back to you, Josh, KE8VZA.
KE8VZA, W8HRF. I feel like I'm missing some context. It was probably talked about while you guys were talking, or while they were talking before the net there, but I had the volume turned down, getting everything ready. So, all right, Eric, we got you sticking around. Nice to hear you. Getting clear with KE8VZA. That's the end of the Mickey Mouse roll call. I just typed in Mark's call sign incorrectly. Hold on. All right. So, here's how it's going to work. First, I'm going to remind everybody that this is a linked system, so please key up for a few seconds before you start talking, and then hang on for a second or two after. We want to hear everything that you have to say. We don't want anything getting cut off. We're going to take a couple round of check-ins, and then we're going to work the list and see who's sticking around and who is not. So, with that, on the list so far, I have AB8MO, Andy, WV3K, Phil, KA8MNT, Tom, I believe he was in and out, got K5, CFY in his customary number 10 slot, W3ETV, Eddie, KC0LRM, KE8ZRY, KA8LYJ, KD8OTQ, Scott, KC3MWK, KI5TAQ, Taco Tim, KC8FQV, Mark, and KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. If you are not already on the list and you'd like to get on the list for the BeaconNet, please give me a call sign, or please give me a call.
C3MWK for information.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-Ray, KE8 VOX Scott, in and out.
Kilo 4, Oscar Golf, K4OG, Mark in Copley.
Kilo 8, Papa Julie Whiskey, KA-PJWs, in and out today.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, we picked up KC3MWK, Bruce, with an inquiry. We have K8VOX, Scott. We got you in and out there, Scott. Thank you for stopping by. K4OG, Mark, and K8PJW. Nice to hear you, Phil. Got you in and out. Thanks for stopping by. Let's jump up here to Bruce and see what his inquiry is. KC3MWK, what's up, W8HRF?
Hey, guys, new call letters are KF4 UFO, KF4 UFO, but I don't know how to change it on that logger.
So if you recently got a vanity call sign, once it updates in, what do you call it, QRZ. So it'll update in the FCC database first, and then after a few days, QRZ will pull it through, and then after, probably a little after that, then it'll be able to come through to NetLogger, because most of the data from NetLogger comes from QRZ. So I'm logged into QRZ, so all of that data gets pulled in from there. So I'm looking up KF4 UFO, and I do see that it is on QRZ though. So is that your new call sign? Did you apply for a vanity?
KF4 UFO's my new vanity call, and I got an update on everything, DMR, all the QRZ stuff, but still don't come through on NetLogger.
Well, Bruce, I just punched in KF4 UFO on NetLogger, and when I tab over, it comes through. So I think you're all set, my friend.
Okay, roger on that. Thank you. Yeah, I believe I'm in there now. It's Cat 4 UFO. Sorry to keep you waiting. Cat 4 UFO clear.
W8WKY.
You are all good, Bruce. And I forgot to ask you, are you sticking around for the net?
What?
All right, you're kind of cut off there, but I'll take that as a yes. Get it clear with KF4 UFO. Let's do one more call for check-ins, and then we'll start working this list. Anybody looking to get on the list for the pre-show for the BeaconNet, please give me a call.
W8HRF, WV3K.
All right. How's it going, Phil? We got you on the list. Let's go ahead and jump up to the top and see who's sticking around. AB8MO, how are you, Andy? And are you sticking around for the net tonight? W8HRF.
W8HRF from AB8MO. I am just going to be in and out. I got to get off at stupid o'clock in the morning, also known as 3 o'clock. Catch a flight to Florida. I'm staffing a weekend in Florida, so got to be there on site by early tomorrow afternoon. So I got to get to bed. So everybody have a good night. Sorry I'm going to miss the Josh and Lucy show, but we'll get to. I hope we can get together here sometime. Maybe next week there, since things are going, hopefully slowing down for both of us here in the meantime. W8HRF, and hi Lucy and Betty, although Betty's probably in bed, probably along with Will. This is AB8MO.
AB8MO, W8HRF. Yeah, that 3 o'clock hour comes fast. Whew. All right, well, get some sleep there, Andy. It's almost 3 o'clock UTC. Anyways, we'll catch you later. Good luck with your trip and have fun. Going to clear with AB8MO, and we'll get together for some lunch here in February now that things are slowing down. And let's talk to Phil, WV3K. How are you, Phil? Are you sticking around for the big show?
W8HRF, Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Josh. No, I'm not going to do that this evening. I need to give myself some rest. I'm going through some up and down periods here with what I'm dealing with. And I just want to send my love to you, Lucy, and to Betty, and to William. And just know that I'm thinking of you guys. Nice job at the field day, Josh. Really a lot of good work in all that. So anyway, I'm gonna just take some time and get some rest. So thank you for that, for picking me up, and I'll talk with you at a later time down the road. With that, you have a wonderful and blessed evening, you and the family. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Back to W8HRF. Thanks, Josh.
WV3K, W8HRF. All right, Phil. Well, you get yourself rested up. We're praying for you, and take care of yourself. All right. We'll talk to you later. Going to clear with WV3K, and thank you for the kind words about Field Day. Do appreciate that. Going to clear with Phil. Let's see. Tom K8MNT was in and out. Let's jump down and see if Mr. Ray's here. K5 CFY. How are you, Mr. Ray? Are you sticking around for the BeaconNet? K5CFY. K5CFY, are you out there, Mr. Ray? All right, he might be taking a rest. I took the liberty and threw him on there originally. Going to clear with K5CFY. We'll say good night if he's listening. Going to talk to Eddie, W3ETB. How are you, Eddie? Long time no talk. Are you sticking around tonight?
Yeah, Josh, I'll be here. I will be here listening to the trivia questions and trying to give my correct answer, which usually is wrong, but that's all where the fun is. Back to you, Josh. W3TV, back to them.
W3ETB, W8HRF. That's all right, Eddie. The only reason I get the trivia questions correct is because I write them, and even then, sometimes, you know. All right, well, we're going to clear with Eddie. We got you sticking around, sir. Going to clear with W3. Why am I checking you in and out? You just said you're sticking around. Goodness gracious. Actually, you're the first person who said they're sticking around besides the control team, Eddie, so you'll be first up on the list. All right, let's talk to Kelly, KC0LRM. How are you, Kelly? How was your weekend? Why am I saying the weekend? It's Wednesday already. How's your week going, and are you sticking around tonight?
W8HRF. Yeah, I will be sticking around, and yeah, the week's not been too bad. I had one day where most of the people didn't come to our office, and then the next day was nice. So it was a pretty good week so far. I can't complain. I guess I can't complain unless it starts getting colder again. Oh, yeah, I will be sticking around. I'll let you get on down the list. Thanks, Justin.
KC0LRM, W8HRF. All right, Kelly. Well, I knew most people weren't going to come into our office on Monday, and I wanted to go in anyways to show them I could even get into work with my little compact car, and then we got sick, and so I stayed home anyways. Anyways, all right, we got you on the list, Kelly. Lucy will give you a call at the top of the hour. Going to clear with Kelly, and we're going to talk to Jeremy, K8CRY. How are you, Jeremy, and are you sticking around tonight?
W8HRF, this is KE0I. Good evening, Josh. Everybody's got doing so far. Yep, I'm sticking around. Got nothing else going on, so I'll stick around and party with y'all. KE0Y, passing it back to you.
K8ZRY, W8HRF. All right, Jeremy, we got you sticking around for the party. All right, let's see. Let's move on down and talk to Bob, KA8LYJ. How are you, Bob? And you sticking around tonight?
W8HRF and the group. This is KA8LYJ. Yes, I will linger. I'll go ahead and give it back to you and save everything else for the big show. KA8LYJ.
All right, KA8LYJ, saving his best material for the big show. Fine business there, Bob. We'll call you in a little bit. Going to clear with Bob, and let's talk to Scott, KD8OTQ. How are you, Scott? You sticking around tonight?
Good evening, Dustin, everyone else. And now I want to be in and out tonight, watching the blue screen from my phone on the mobile app. So kind of fun to still have the messenger with the phone. But anyway, now I'll be in and out tonight. So 7-3 to everyone. Have a great night. Stay warm. KD8OTQ.
KD8OTQ, W8HRF. All right there, Scott. We'll mark you in and out. Consider your parking ticket punched. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. And you have yourself a good night. Getting clear with Scott. This is W8HRF. My name is Josh, Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel, and we're going through our list of pre-checks for the BeaconNet, which starts at the top of the hour. And next we're going to talk to Bruce. We already talked to Bruce. I I didn't get a good answer if he was sticking around. KF4, oh goodness, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Uniform Foxtrot Oscar. Bruce, are you sticking around until the top of the hour?
W8WKY.
All right, the answer to that might be no. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump on down and talk to Tim. KI5TAQ. How are you, Tim? And you sticking around tonight?
Hi, good evening there, Josh. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I am sticking around tonight.
KO6JGK on 10200.
All right, Tim, we got you sticking around. You got me thinking about tacos. Station calling, do you have an emergency?
Oh, negative. I didn't hear any talking, so I was just announcing that I was listening on the talk group.
Oh, right to that. Okay, all right. We've got the beacon that is going on right now, the pre-show. Would you like to be thrown on the list?
Yeah, sure. Call sign is Kilo Oscar 6, Julia Golf Kilo, and name is Tristan.
All right, Tristan, we got you on the list. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll have Lucy give you a call at the top of the hour. We have a couple of trivia questions, and we'll have a main trivia question that's more ham radio related, and a more funny anything related trivia question as our alternate trivia. So Lucy will give you a call to see what your answers are for those at the top of the hour here. Going to clear with KO6JGK, Tristan. And we're going to talk to Mark, KC8FQV. How are you, Mark? Are you sticking around for the big show?
Well, good evening, Josh. I'm going to attempt to do that. I went to the doctors today, and they got me sick. Yeah, I did my shots, COVID and flu, and the arms are sore. But, yeah, we're going to try to stick around. So back it comes, KCFQV.
KC8FQV, W8HRF. All right, Mark, we got you sticking around. And sorry to hear about the doctors got you feeling down. It's a bummer. Hopefully you feel better soon. Going to clear with KC8FQV. Going to talk to Uncle Fred, K8QFT. How are you, Uncle Fred? Are you watching any of the playoffs lately for the NFL playoffs? And are you sticking around?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for that Super Bowl. The Seahawks and the Patriots. Unfortunately, I won't be hanging around tonight because I have a appointment tomorrow at 0840. I'm just getting over this cold. I've had this about 10 days now. So, unfortunately, no, I won't be able to hang tonight, but everybody, I hope y'all have a good time tonight, and take it easy, at least through this weekend when hopefully this cold spell will lift a little. KE8QFT back to the pre-net.
KE8QFT, W8HRF. All right, Uncle Fred, we marked you in and out. Good luck with the appointment at the ungodly hour. Well, I guess that's the hour after the ungodly hour. It's a slightly less ungodly hour. So, all right, we'll say 7-3, Uncle Fred. You have yourself a good night. Let's see, K8VOX Scott was in and out, and next we're going to talk to Mark, K4OG. How are you, Mark? And I got to get this radio back to you here. Probably, if you're around Friday or Saturday, I could probably drop it off for you. K4OG, W8HRF. Are you sticking around, Mark?
W8HRF, K4OG. Good evening, Josh. And Lucy, Betty, Will. Man, I was hoping you was enjoying that radio while you got it. Yeah, I'll be around, and I can come over. We can meet halfway. We can do anything you want. But yeah, just enjoy it while you got it. K4OG, sticking around.
K4OG, W8HRF. Well, Mark, I'll tell you what. After field day, I took a couple of down days, and then I started cleaning up here today, and I was like, While I have it, it'd be kind of cool to pull out and play with a little bit. So I wish we got a video. We got an audio recording of when we made this upper sideband, or made the sideband satellite contact. We didn't get a video recording. Gary got a recording of the FM satellite contact. We used Mike's FTM 510 for that one, and then we used your 9700 for the sideband satellite. So we figured out the RIT. We figured out the RIT problem. I finally was keying up, and I could see my signal on the scope, and it wasn't quite dialed in, and kept spinning that knob, and nothing seemed to be happening, but it just wasn't moving very much. So we eventually got it dialed in just in time. So, well, we actually had quite a bit of time to spare, so that was pretty cool. So thank you, Mark. We appreciate it. So, all right, going to clear with Mark, K4OG, and who's sticking around. And I know Tristan is sticking around here at the bottom of the list because we just picked him up. Let's see. I see Donald, KI5WDM on the list. Donald, are you out there, and are you sticking around tonight?
This is KI5WDM. Yeah, I'm out there all right. I don't think anybody would argue with you there. Yeah, I'm going to hang around. I got bored in the house, but I was warm. I thought, well, I'll come out here and get on the radio. But I'm cold out here. I forgot to come out here earlier, turn the heaters on. So I'm going to hang around and get warm. Talk to you here in a bit. KI5WDM.
KI5WDM, W8HRF. All right, Donald, we'll get the tubes warmed up, get it heated up out there, and kick back and grab a cold beverage. So we're gonna have a fun time tonight. Gonna clear with KI5WDM, who's sticking around. All right, now we are at the bottom of the list, and I'm at like 2 minutes. What am I supposed to do with 2 minutes before I got to hand it to Lucy? I had an idea, but I can't find the note that I made during Winter Field Day to do that idea. So let's go ahead and take a quick round of check-ins. Stations waiting to check into the BeaconNet pre-show. Please come with your call sign phonetically, along with alphabetically, along with your name and location. Please give me a call.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kevin in Valley Springs, California, in and out. Double D's, Delta and Delta. God bless and 73, everyone.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo. Kurt, Oklahoma.
All right, we picked up K6KJV Rev Kev. We got you in and out, got your answers down for Double D's, Kevin. D's, Double D's. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a good night. And we picked up Kurt, WB9, WB9, That is a tongue twister of a call. I like it. Are you sticking around for the big show at the top of the hour here, Kurt?
That would be a great big affirmative. I'll stick around here and see how things go. I just wanted to get checked in first. WB9, WBB, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, Kurt, we got you on the list, and we got you sticking around. All right, I am officially out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Lucy. Look at that, I'm only 10 seconds over. KE8YUK, you ready, Lucy? Light up the nighttime airwaves. This is W8HRF. Thanks for everybody who checked in on my pre-show.
Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. I'm Lucy, call sign KE8YUK, Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo, and I'll be your net controller this evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater, 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114. You can also find us on the Allstar Node 48496 and EchoLink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control, in this case being myself. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside, and many other repeaters. So please key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. You'll hear a beep, but wait a second or two after the beep to say anything. It'll do us a favor. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If so, please call now. Nothing heard, which is always a good sign. If emergency traffic does arise during the net, get our attention by saying break, break, and we will do our best to help you out. We've got a good list of stations from our pre-show. Thank you to Josh. But if you missed the pre-show and would like to check in to the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphanumerically, as well as your name and location. Please call now.
Kilo Oscar 6 Juliet Golf Kilo K06 JGK. My name is Tristan in Los Angeles.
All right, marvelous, Tristan. You're on the list, and I didn't hear anybody else. So we're gonna go. We're gonna read trivia first, actually, and then we will take our check-ins. Josh has main trivia, so I'm gonna pass it over to him. KE8YK to W8HRF. Go for it.
KE8YUK, W8HRF. All right, tonight's main trivia is: what is the origin of the name of the Type N RF connector? Again, what is the origin of the name of the Type N, November, N, RF connector? Your options tonight are: Alpha, it became the NATO standard RF connector. B, it's named after Paul Neal of Bell Laboratories. It's a play on the word end, Echo November Delta, end, referring to cable termination. Or Delta, it stands for network, indicating a network-grade connector. Again, what is the origin of the name of the Type N RF connector? Your options are Alpha, it became the NATO standard RF connector. It is named after Paul Neal of Bell Laboratories. It's a play on the word end, Echo November Delta, end, referring to cable termination. Or Delta, it stands for network, indicating a network-grade connector. Back to you, Lucy, KE8YUK, W8HRF. This is in the blue screen.
Thank you very much, W8HRF. Just some housekeeping before I forget. For those who don't know, I'm sick. Josh is sick. I might have to let it drop here and there to cough. So that will be what happens if I suddenly disappear and come back. Also, for the uninitiated, the blue screen is what we call the almost instant messenger window that we have access to in the NetLogger software. If you open up and monitor the Beacon Net and open up the AIM window, you will see basically the other half of the net. You can also access it through the ragchew.app website. Yeah. You just have to log in with your call sign and you'll be able to see what everybody's talking about on the side. So that is the blue screen. All right, thank you, Josh, for main trivia. Here is alt trivia. I will also post it in the blue screen, making sure that I do not post the answers along with it because I've done that before, and it was embarrassing to say the least. Okay, Anne Elizabeth Fowler Hodges isn't a famous name, so she had a rare experience. What was it? A, she was injured by a falling meteorite. B, she found a real diamond in her driveway gravel. C, she survived being poisoned 5 times. Or D, she met Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. Again, Anne Elizabeth Fowler Hodges isn't a famous name, but she had a rare experience. What was it? A, she was injured by a falling meteorite. B, she found a real diamond in her driveway gravel. I don't know why I didn't say gravel driveway, but it is. She survived being poisoned 5 times. Or D, she met Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. There you have it. It's in the blue screen. Let's pick it up from there. Eddie, you're at the top of the list, W3ETB. Long time no talk, Eddie. How are you doing tonight, and what are your trivia answers?
Hi, Lucy. It's always good to be number one. I hope you and Josh are not passing that cold around. Yeah. I was afraid that my wife was going to get it. She didn't get it, thank goodness. But it took me 2 weeks to get over what I had. I really didn't use any Jack Daniels there, Josh, because I was under some medication as it was. But anyway, as far as the trivia questions, Lucy, I hope you and Josh and Betty and Will are doing fine. Yeah, it has been a little while since we talked. Anyway, trivia questions. For the main trivia question, those people at Bell Labs do a lot of things. So I'm going to go with B for the main trivia. And for the trivia question that you have, Lucy, giving the answers away is something that a teacher might do. So, I've done that myself a few times accidentally. Anyway, for your trivia question, I'm going to go with A. I think she was probably injured by a falling meteorite. So the answers are B and A. B and A are my answers. So, hope you have a great evening there, Lucy and Josh. We'll be sticking around listening. W3TV, back to net.
Eddie's got you down for B and A, Bad Attitude. B.A. Baracus is a fantastic movie character. Anyway, thanks for your well wishes. I hope that we feel better, too. Hasn't even been that long that we have been sick, but it's been long enough. Hopefully the kids get better rather than worse, but we shall see. We shall see. Also, I haven't forgotten about reading everything that you've sent me. I just haven't been able to be at my computer because anytime I sit down, a child sits on me. So that is how that has been for a long time. Will is furniture cruising, by the way. But anyway, I need to keep on and moving. So thanks for checking in, and good to hear from you. We're going to clear, and we're going to pick up Kelly, KC0LRM. How are you doing, Kelly? What are your trivia answers?
K8YUK. Hey, thanks for getting in there, Lucy. I'm going to give my trivia answers now. I'm going to do the opposite of what Rev Kev would do. I'm going to, instead of going DD, I'm going to go AA. And it's not because I'm drinking any Jack Daniels. And I don't need a hot toddy because I was sick last month, and I'm over it. And hope I don't get it again. And hope anybody that has it gets over it pretty quick. Just enjoying this nice cold weather down here. And that's about all I got. I'll just get it back to you and let you get on down the list there. You got a pretty good one going. All right, thanks for running that, you and Josh, and I hope to catch y'all next time. And I'll be waiting around for the answers, too. Back to you.
Roger that. Kelly's got you down for Alpha and Alpha. And when you said opposite of Rev Kev, I was sure you were going to say D and D instead. Thanks for checking in. By the way, wanted to wave a hand at all our in and out stations that I did not wave a hand to earlier. So hi, everybody who may be listening, may be in bed. Sleep for me. I miss it. This is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo with the Beacon Net. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday night, pre-show at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time with a big show at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a lot of fun. Come join us. However, I'm not looking for check-ins just yet. Right now, I'm talking to Jeremy, KE8ZRY. How are you doing, Jeremy? What are your trivia answers?
KE8YUK, this is KE8ZRY, Jeremy down here in Ashland. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody in your household starts to feel better. It's always bad when little ones are sick. I know how that goes. And working in a school, I'm surprised. I'm going to knock on some wood here. Surprised I haven't gotten crazy sick this year yet. Still time. Trying to stay warm. Almost need a space heater here at my desk. But my trivia answers are going to be Bravo and Alpha. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great night. Stay warm, stay safe. Roads can still be slick, so if you got to be out, definitely drive carefully. But with that, I'll pass it back over to you. KE8ZRY, Change 73.
Jeremy, I appreciate the real wishes. I appreciate the well wishes, and I hope that you and your family dodge any illness. Josh was just trying to figure out how in the world we got sick, but it's been enough of a whirlwind the past 2 weeks. It could have been from anywhere, from anyone, so it's just sad. But we will get through it. We always do. And that's how it is. We'll get you down for Bravo and Alpha, by the way. Thanks for checking in. We'll clear with Jeremy, and we'll pick up Bob, KA8LYJ. Bob, did we ever get his backpack back to you guys?
KE8WYUK, this is KA8LYJ. No, I don't think we got the backpack back yet. That's okay. I don't think there's a huge rush right now. Shoot, the kid's been off school all week. Snowed in first and then frozen in, which is where I'm at. I've been avoiding opening the door as much as humanly possible. I can hear the mailman hit the mailbox, and I'm like, do I need that mail that badly? It's kind of like that. Yeah, I even had to cancel an appointment Monday, and was supposed to cover a meeting tonight, and I just said, hey, you know what? Just send me the audio recording of that. How about that? As far as trivia, I'm going to go Bravo and Alpha. We'll do the bad attitude thing. I'll give it back to you. This is KA8LYJ.
KA8LYJ. Right, I thought we got you down for bad attitude. Boy, everybody has a bad attitude today. Hi. I totally agree about not opening the doors. Oh, my goodness. However, today was a good surprise. One of Betty's friends sent her a card, and she was very excited about it and immediately wrote a card to mail back. So that was very, very sweet. So unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to open the door again tomorrow to get that in the mail. But it's worth it. And yeah, we'll get that backpack to you when people can drive again, probably. We'll clear with Bob. Scott was in and out, so we're going to look for Bruce. KF4UFO. Are you out there, Bruce?
Bruce Wilson. I used to be on by another call letter, and I got up and one with the vanity call now. But anyway, you were talking about my wife's sick now. I don't know where, it comes from, but she's got a cold and everything now. And that's about she be talking. But anyway, I want to go with Charlie and Alpha.
Well, Bruce, you got a compliment in the blue screen, cool call sign, and I agree. Got you down for Charlie and Alpha. Thanks for coming back to me, and I hope your wife feels better. This being sick in general is just not fun. So I hope she feels better soon. We're going to clear with Bruce. We're going to pick up Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. How are you doing, Tim? What are your trivia answers?
Good evening there, Miss Lucy. Trivia answers. I'll just go for the trivia right now. Bravo and Alpha. Kind of like makes me think of a character on the A-Team. I'll send it back to net control and let you get on down the list. This is KI5TAQ.
KI5TAQ KE8YUK. Eric says he pities the fool. I agree. Okay, you down for bad attitude. Boy, it's just spreading. You'd think we'd have a happier net. Sorry, it's going to be an old joke by the time I'm done with this. I don't remember the last time I identified, so just in case, this is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo with the beacon net on the W8WKY repeater, and we're linked into a lot of other places, so by the time we hit the end of this list, I'll do check-ins. However, not there yet. It's a net now, KC8FQV. How are you doing, Mark? And what are your trivia answers?
Give you the trivia. I'm going to say Bachelor of Arts, BA. The first one's a B, second one's the A. Bachelor of Arts. And don't go to a doctor. They get you sick. That would happen today. I went in. He said, do you have your flu shot yet? I said, nope, I haven't. And I said, well, we might well do it today. He said, yeah. He said, man, you haven't had it. You ain't been sick. Because he would know I was sick, because he would know I was in the hospital. So they did the flu shot, and now they armed them a little bit under. But hopefully in a day or so it'll be over. Yeah, they had to do it both in one arm because the other arm has the one of the smallest transmitters, the sensors in the other arm. She said, how often do you... I don't do many finger sticks, even though, well, yeah, I don't have to, because the sensor does a pretty good job. And then, because she did the shot, because I do the thing, I shouldn't be as scared of her doing them. And I wasn't, I said, even though I do them so often, although I said to her, I haven't done a finger stick in a couple of weeks. And she said, well, these sensors are a lot better than what they used to be. So, other than that, we'll send it back to net. Yeah, stopped at a couple of stores, got a few things that I remembered to get and checked them out. So now I'm home and so we'll send it back your way, Lucy. Yeah, you're probably able to get a little bit done right now with this because Betty and Will are both hopefully sleeping. So we'll send it back to net, KSFQV.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't have to do too many finger sticks. I wasn't really scared of needles when I was younger, but I wasn't a fan of them either. So glad that went pretty well for you, except getting sick. That also stinks. I honestly haven't had the flu vaccine in a long time. I don't remember the last time I had the flu either. Right, was that the flu? Oh, yeah, when I lost my voice. That was a lot of fun. Oh, my mic's all messed up again. All right. I take it back. I get sick. I just block it out because I don't want to dwell on it more than I have to. I did lose my voice a while ago. Totally gone. It was not a fun time. So I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope you feel better soon, Mark. We're going to clear, and we're going to wave a hand to Uncle Fred, KE8QFT, and Scott, KE8VOX. And we're going to pick up K4OG, the original gangsta. Mark, thank you so much for all of your help with Winterfield Day. As the wife of the Josh, I appreciate everything you did to help Josh and the clubs put together such a wonderful field day. So thank you in advance for that. How are you doing tonight, and what are your trivia answers?
W8WKY.
KE8YUK, K4OG. Well, thank you, Lucy. I didn't do much at all. As a matter of fact, I felt like I shortchanged them. But maybe I did them a favor by not showing up. Just say, here's your radio. Anyway, it sounded like a wonderful event, and everybody had a fabulous time. That's great. Well, the family matters. I was on the phone with the wife up until, Josh started doing Mickey Mouse call, even then. The wife's sister, she had an accident the other day, slipped on some snow or ice, busted up the top of her tibia pretty good. She's in the hospital, so we were just strategizing how she's going to come stay with us, and the grandbaby's staying with us, and how she can help until she can't help, and, life stuff and strategizing. Let's get to the answers. Good trivia questions. I am torn between, make one, and it gets a little crooked, and you think you're going to straighten it with needle nose. It snaps, and they're not good for taking off and on. The other end kind of gets wallered out, if that's a word. But I'm going to pick Delta. We'll be daring and pick Delta. The alternate trivia question, I know, I better break for time. Anyway, K4OG. I know a Hodges, I know a Fowler, I know an Elizabeth, and I know an Ann, but I don't know an Ann Elizabeth Fowler Hodges. So, gosh, but I'm pretty sure she's probably struck on the head by a meteorite, and you're keeping in true with ham and space stuff. But it could be that she was poisoned 5 times, but I'm going with Alpha. I like it. K4OG, back to net. 73's off.
All right, Mark. Well, speaking of space and ham and whatnot and so forth, right as you were starting to talk about Josh's trivia question, we got some very cool sci-fi sound and alien music, and somebody key it up. But we did get your answers in spite of that. We got you down for Delta and Alpha. Yeah, it was only for about 5 seconds, so we did copy what you sent over. My condolences to your wife's sister. Any busting of bones is a terrible experience. I'm totally not looking at SLG on this. Don't go outside in the snow if you don't have to. Be safe. Be careful. That's scary, and it's painful, and it's tough. So my well wishes to you guys. We'll keep her in our prayers. And speaking of sci-fi music, my own little side tangent is Betty has figured out how to use my iPad mini from 2017, and she managed to set, I kid you not, at least 16 alarms, all for 12:36. However, she managed to change the default sound into the creepiest alien music ever that wouldn't stop going off, because every time we turned off an alarm, another one was under it. And so she got really freaked out, and it was all her fault. Anyway, that's my recent experience with interfering sounds. Thank you for checking in, Mark. This is KE8YUK with the Beacon Net. We're going to wave a hand to Phil, K8PJW, and we're going to pick up Tristan. Welcome to the Beacon Net, K06JGK. Wow, that's a lot of letters. How are you doing tonight, Tristan? What do you think of the Beacon Net, and do you have trivia answers for us?
Yeah, this is Tristan, K06JGK. Doing all right, just finishing up my night at work. Figured I'd play radio a little bit. For the trivia answers, I'm going to go for the first question, I'm going to go with Alpha. For the second question, I'm going to go Bravo.
got you down for Alpha and Bravo. Welcome to the net. I think I said that already, but I'm going to say it again anyway because they can't stop me. Josh could, though. But yeah, thanks for checking in. We hope to have you back. This net meets every Sunday and Wednesday night, and it's a lot of fun. So come back sometime. If you stick around long enough, we can explain Colonel Cornwaldo beat to you. We're going to clear with Tristan. We're going to pick up Donald, KI5WDM. How are you doing tonight, Donald? What are your trivia answers?
This is Kilo India 5 Whiskey Delta Mike. Good afternoon, Miss Lucy, or evening, I should say. And Josh there in the background. Man, say you lost your voice when you got sick. We must have had the same thing, because it took my voice for about 10 days before it started coming back. And it still gets a little squeaky and gravelly every now and then. Sound like a teenager coming into puberty. Anyway, tonight's answers for me are going to be Bravo and Alpha. So I'll just join the list of Eddie, Tim, and Mr. Mark North there. Bravo and Alpha.
All right, Donald, we've got you down for Bravo and Alpha. A very popular set of answers. I'm just remembering a Muppet line. Very popular choice. Anyway, nobody asked for that. Thanks for checking in. I'm glad you're feeling better, and I wish my voice had sounded like I was just going through puberty, because it was just gone, and that was the same day that I was scheduled to hang out with my brother and my sister along with my 2 kids. And telling them to do things or get things or sit down or be quiet or do whatever did not work. Parenting when you can't talk is miserable. So glad you're healed up from that, and hopefully we can both avoid any such thing in the future. We're going to clear with Donald. Rev Kev was in and out with double D's. Last one on our list is Curtis, WB9WVB. How are you doing tonight, Curtis?
I'm doing good tonight. My answers for the net tonight will be bad attitude also. So we'll leave it at that. And nothing else really to talk about. Just enjoying the net and saying 73s to everybody. Appreciate you letting me check in. And I'll turn it back over to the control. Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo. Thanks for checking in. We've got you down also for bad attitude. And glad you're enjoying the net. That is the goal. This is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo. My handle is Lucy, and I am the net control for tonight's edition of The Beacon Net. We are at the bottom of the list, so if you would like to be added, please give your call sign phonetically, followed by alphanumerically, and your name and location, and we will get you on this list. If you're interested, call now.
Alpha November, Tango Foxtrot, W8 Mike in Erie County to mark me in and out, Lucy.
All right, we had a perfect train wreck. We caught Mike from Erie County. You were in and out, and I don't know who the other call sign was. Did you get Mike's call sign? Yeah, we think we have W8TTF and someone else who we did not get. Please call again.
India Alpha November, Golf 3 India Alpha November, Scotland, UK.
W8WKY.
I'm going to sound very American, but I think you are the first Scottish person who is actually Scottish that I've ever spoken to. I'm very excited. So we have W8TTF G3IAN. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? All right, I will take a short night. W8TTF, Mike was in and out, so we're going to pick up Ian. Oh, my goodness, I'm so excited. G3IAN, what brings you to the Beacon Net? Have you heard our trivia? Do you have trivia answers for us? And how is life in Scotland?
Good morning, Lucy, is it? I think. I'm going to really disappoint you, I'm afraid. I'm actually English, but I have lived in Scotland since I was about 6 months old. I'm just over the border. I don't know if you've got a map. It's a town called Dumfries. Dumfries in the southwest of Scotland there is the current location. I'll be honest, I missed the trivia. I'm not sure what the questions are. I know various answers are A and B, but I've no idea what A and B is in regard to there. my apologies. It's about 3:30 in the morning here, and I've got a dog that's chasing a cat around the house. So I thought I'll get up, I'll let them out. They can go for a wander, and I thought I'd play some radio. But anyway, that's my story there, Lucy. Back to you.
Well, Ian, it's good to have you, even if you're only new to Scotland. It's still good to have someone from across the pond on this net. It is 10:30 p.m. over here, so I am actually ready for bed, but it's not as early in the morning as 3 a.m. But thanks to the dog and the cat for waking you up and bringing you here. It's really great to have you. We're happy to reread the trivia questions for you because I am alt trivia and my husband is main trivia. The main trivia is radio related and the alt trivia is any trivia at all. And you just take your best guess. So I'm going to toss it over to WHRF to read off main trivia. I'll read the alt trivia and then I'll hand it back to you. So KE8YUK to WHRF. Can you give us the main trivia, please?
KE8YUK, W8HRF. All right, tonight's main trivia question is, what is the origin of the name of the type N, that's November, RF connector? Your options are Alpha, it became the NATO standard RF connector. Bravo, it is named after Paul Neal of Bell Laboratories. Charlie, it is a play on the word end, Echo November Delta, referring to cable termination. Or Delta, it stands for network, indicating a network-grade connector. Again, tonight's main trivia, what is the origin of the name of the Type N RF connector? Your options are Alpha, it became the NATO standard RF connector. Bravo, it is named after Paul Neal of Bell Labs. Charlie, it is a play on the word end, Echo November Delta, referring to cable termination. Or Delta, it stands for network, indicating a network-grade connector. KE8YUK, W8HRF. Back to you, Lucy.
Thank you, W8HRF. This is KE8YUK, the net control for the Beacon Net. Here is the alt trivia for tonight. Anne Elizabeth Fowler Hodges isn't a famous name, but she had a rare experience. What was it? A, she was injured by a falling meteorite. B, she found a real diamond in her driveway gravel, or gravel driveway, whichever you prefer. Anyway, C, she survived being poisoned 5 times. Or D, she met Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. Colonel Cornwaldo Bean being an inside joke here at the Beacon Net. And unfortunately, we don't have any of our Cornwaldo Bean familial historians on the net to explain it more than that. I'm kind of new to the joke myself. Anyway, that's all trivia. I've rambled enough. KE8YUK to G3IAN. Would you like to answer our trivia?
IAN returning. Right, I don't have a clue on either of them, if I'm honest with you. I'll go with AB, and that's very much a shot in the dark with both of them. But yeah, if you need to post my price, I'm not paying postage there. Back to you.
Well, if you get a prize, I'm going to demand a salary. We've got you down for Alpha and Bravo. Very, very good to have you on the net. We hope you come back, albeit 3 a.m. I understand is not a fun time to be up if you don't have to be. But hopefully we will see you again anyway. We're going to clear with Ian, and that's the bottom of our list. We're going to go up to the net control team. I am the top of that, and I would like to inform everyone that Will has too many teeth, and he climbs on everything, and he's furniture cruising, and he made it into the bathroom today, which was super gross. Don't worry, I cleaned him off, but nothing is safe. Send reinforcements. But thankfully, Josh has been working from home, which has been good. When I'm totally up to my ears in children, I can scream for an extra set of hands, and he'll come to my rescue, which I'm very grateful for. All right, that's my 2 cents. I think I can't do the alt trivia, but I think I'm going to do Delta. I think I'm going to do Delta for main trivia. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to W8HRF. What's your traffic for tonight? What's your trivia answer?
K8YUK, W8HRF. All right, for my trivia question, I'm going to go with hit with a falling meteorite, which is Alpha. Mr. Logger, please put that down. Yes, sir. Got it. Okay, we're all good. What else is going on? Had a great time at Winterfield Day this weekend. Certainly was some breakneck changes happening there with the weather, but we made it work. And how did we end up? Goodness, I don't have the exact numbers pulled up, but we made about 1,100 contacts this weekend. So we did pretty doggone well for a 2-hotel station. So very pleased about that. What else? Yeah, given the weather, we had a really good turnout. There were a couple of really cool things that happened. Cool contacts that I made while I was operating. I came back Sunday and was operating 20 meters, and it was on fire. So I probably went for about 2 hours straight, just working pileups on 20 meters. And some of the coolest contacts came near the end. One was a gentleman on a tugboat. He's on the Atlantic, like it's not the Atlantic, but on the eastern seaboard. I was like, what does that count as? Are you like, what's your class? That's, I guess you're one mic. That's one mobile, I guess. So what was his call sign? Whiskey 7 Tango Oscar Whiskey 7 Tow. I thought that was awesome. So we got him mobile, maritime mobile on Winterfield Day. So that was pretty cool. John W8TD, if you're listening, there was a gentleman from Tennessee who knew you. He was like, where are you located in Ohio? I was like, Northeast Ohio. He's like, oh, do you know the Canton Club? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you know John Curley? I was like, yeah. I need to figure out his call sign, though. I have a couple of options, but I didn't write down exactly who it was. So I got to figure that out. He used to be a member of the Canton Amateur Radio Club back in the day, apparently. So that was quite the coincidence to just run into him on HF. So, but yeah, Whiskey 8 Oscar was our special event call sign. We did a 1x1 because we did a combined field day with the Canton Amateur Radio Club. So that was really cool. And then there were a couple. I had one or two. I think one DX contact. So that was pretty cool. So. All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and say 7-3 for now. I guess I'll be back with the trivia answer, the main trivia answer in a bit. K8YUK, W8HRF.
W8WKY.
I almost said W8WKY. That's not true. That's a repeater. I'm KE8YUK, and I am the net controller for tonight's Beacon Net. Thank you, Josh. Our handy-dandy logger has you down for pass and alpha. You should pat him on the back. For those who can't see, he did do that. KD8EPC, are you out there? And do you have trivia answers for us?
KD8YUK and the Beacon Net. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you, Miss Lucy. Before I forget, after much deep thought and contemplation, my answer is going to be Double D this evening. Let's see what's going on over here. Browsing Facebook Marketplace, looking to buy myself a weight bench and some various other equipment, so hopefully we'll find that soon. Otherwise, not a whole lot going on, just doing some housework, relaxing, and enjoying. So thanks for running the net. Have a great evening, and we'll look forward to catching you all down the log. This is KD8EPC, back to net control.
KD8EPC, KD8YUK. We've got you down for Double D's, the old reliable, and good to have you on the net. It's weird being in the big chair for so long, it feels like, so it's good to be back, if a little strange, but I'm remembering how to do it. We're going to clear with Dustin. KD8SLG, well, he said in the blue screen that his trivia answers are Delta and Alpha, but he might be back by now, so let's give him a call just in case. KD8SLG, are you out there?
W8WKY, repeater, PL114.8.
Very sad, very sad. We even got a word from our sponsor to help give him an extra shot at making it in. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm too tired. We've got him down for Delta and Alpha. We're going to clear with Nick, just Nick. We're going to pick up Nick at night. KE8QKO, the master chef. Oh my goodness. Fantastic food. I may or may not have gone to Winterfield Day only to make sure that I got some of Nick's food. I won't lie. But how are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
KD8YUK. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Josh. Hello, everybody on that. All right, my trivia answer I'm going to start with is going to be, excuse me, it's going to be ba, as in, if you do that phonetically, Bravo and Alpha. I'm glad you enjoy the food. It was nice to see you and the kiddos wandering around and crawling around and running around and growing as they do. Yeah, I enjoy cooking. I thought that was a lot of fun. It was cold, but it was fun to be out there and cooking food for Winterfield Day. I wish we had more people show up that could have eaten more of the food. My only wish of that event. But other than that, it was a great event. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, that's I think that's all I really got going on right now. Just trying to stay warm in this wonderfully winter weather we have. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Lucy. KD8QKO.
We have you down for ba, which is amazing. Yeah, I do wish more people had come. It's always a bummer when you have a grocery list that isn't used to its full potential. I understand that pain quite well. But as the recipient of the grocery list, delicious food, very talented. Thank you for sharing your talents, and I hope your hands have recovered because I know it was very, 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 very cold. And that in and of itself was a sacrifice to be outside. So thank you for that and for your time. We appreciate it. We're going to clear with Nick at night. We're going to pick up KE8VZA. Eric, how are you doing tonight? What are your trivia answers?
Lucy, KE8YUK, W8HRF.
Boy, the spirit of Just Nick is alive in this net. Eric, KE8VZA, your turn.
KE8YUK in the group, KE8VZA here. Yeah, that wasn't me that made that choice. Anyway, trivia, I'm going to go with double alphas, double A's. What else? Winter Field Day, I'm very sad I didn't go. I had planned to, and I let the weather forecasters with their, fire and brimstone and world is ending and the end is nigh and Snowmageddon get the better of me, and I should have just come down there. Anyway, I did cruise the HF bands, and I did hear Nickelodeon talking to, I believe, Josh. I heard him say Josh, and I think I heard W8 Oscar in there. I could not hear Josh, but I could hear Nickelodeon just barely. So I don't know if I was having technical difficulties on this end, but I didn't really hear many Ohio stations at all. I heard some Michigan stations and everywhere outside of Ohio, but yeah. Anyway, wish I went. That's about all I have for tonight. KE8VZA back to net control.
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. We wish you had come as well, but as Josh said, they made do with the people who were there, and it turned out all right. Saturday was a letdown, but Sunday they made good on their promises. So I'm glad nobody got stuck anywhere weather-wise. Yeah. So as far as I'm aware, the world isn't over. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I got to talk with Miss Sandy also because they had their node linked up to W8WKY. So that was a surprise, but it was a very pleasant surprise to hear her as I drove out, and then it was very helpful to be in a good mood having talked to her because I ended up at the wrong address because Apple Maps decided it knew what I was talking about and made up an address that did not exist on a road that made no sense. So that was really frustrating. So I wasted gas and 15 minutes of my life being mad at technology, but that was probably my own fault and technology. But anyway, better safe home than sorry stuck in the snow. That's how that phrase goes. All right, everybody, it's 10:47. We need to read off the trivia answers is what we need to do. Josh has made trivia, so I'm going to pass it over to him. But first, this is KE8YUK. I am the net control of the Beacon Net. It meets every Sunday and Wednesday night. Pre-show is 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and the big show is 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join us. It's a lot of fun. KE8YUK to W8HRF. Go ahead and read off main trivia's answer, please.
KE8YUK, W8HRF. I had a fun time coming up with this question. I had the inspiration a couple of days ago, but I didn't sit down and write it until 20 minutes before the net. Tonight's main trivia question was, what is the origin of the name of the type N RF connector? That your options are alpha. It became the NATO standard RF connector. Bravo. It is named after Paul Neal of Bell Labs. Charlie. It's a play on the word end, Echo November Delta, referring to cable termination. Or Delta. It stands for network, indicating a network grade connector. It looks like we had a good number. It was a mix. Good number of Bravos, Alpha. I see a Charlie. I see a Delta. The answer was Bravo. Paul Neal of Bell Laboratories. It was named after him. That is Lucy's trivia question. I need to move out of the way so I can get to my little blurb afterwards. The Type N connector was developed in the 1940s by Paul Neal. He was an engineer at Bell Labs, and it is named directly after him. At the time, microwave and high-frequency radio systems were rapidly advancing, especially for military radar and communications during and after World War II. Existing connectors struggled with performance at higher frequencies, so Bell Labs engineers needed a more robust solution. Paul Neal designed the Type N connector to be threaded and waterproof, making it mechanically secure and suitable for outdoor and military use. More importantly, it was one of the first coaxial connectors specifically engineered to handle microwave frequency signals, initially for about 1 gigahertz, and later refined to handle 11 or even 18 gigahertz on precision versions. The Type N connector became a foundational RF connector and is still widely used today in applications such as amateur radio, cellular infrastructure, test equipment, antennas, and spectrum analyzers. Its durability and RF performance helped establish many of the design principles still used in modern coaxial connectors. So there you go. The answer was Bravo, Paul Neal of Bell Laboratories. Back to you, Lucy, K8YUK, W8HRF.
W8HRF, K8YUK. Dang it, I got it wrong. You know what I didn't get wrong? Alternate trivia. You know why I didn't get alternate trivia? Because it's my trivia. So here it is. Anne Elizabeth Fowler Hodges isn't a famous name, but she had a rare experience. What was it? A, she was injured by a falling meteorite. B, she found a real diamond in her driveway gravel. C, she survived being poisoned 5 times. Or D, she met Colonel Cornwaldo Bean. The answer is A, and many people got both Josh's and mine correct, but I didn't count, so check it yourself. She was struck by a 5.54 kilogram or 12-pound, 3-ounce meteorite fragment in Alabama when it crashed through the roof of her home. It bounced off a large console radio and hit Hodges while she was sleeping on the couch. The 34-year-old Hodges was badly bruised on the side of her body. Another fragment was found by a farmer the following day. Due to the publicity surrounding the event, the farmer was able to sell his fragment for enough money to buy a car and house. On the other hand, Hodges fought with her landlord over the rights to the meteorite for over a year. The landlord claimed it was her property because it fell through her roof. Hodges eventually paid the landlord $500 for the meteorite, but by that time the public had lost interest in the story and she was unable to sell it. In 1992, a small meteorite fragment, about 3 grams, struck Ugandan boy in Mabale, but had been slowed down by a tree and did not cause any injury. In 2020, researchers combing through archives from the Republic of Turkey found credible records of someone being killed by a falling meteorite in, I can't even pronounce that, in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. On August 22, 1888, multiple documents found in the General Directorate of State Archives of the Presidency of the Republic of Turkey, say that 5 times fast, recorded that a meteorite hit and killed one man while paralyzing another. So she is not the only one who has ever been hit by a meteorite or meteorite fragment, but it still is a pretty rare experience. All right, that is pretty much it. We're going to do a final call just in case we have some stragglers, but it is a final call, and we're going to wrap this thing up. This is Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Uniform Kilo on the Beacon Net. If you would like to be added last minute to our net list, please call now.
Alpha India 5 Quebec, AI 5Q, Jerison Tulsa.
Whiskey 2, Juliet, Lima, Sierra. Hi, sorry I missed the net. Just stick me in the list. Nice to hear you.
All right, fantastic way to close this net down. We got AI5Q, a recheck from QKO, and John W2JLS. Jairus, AI5Q, how are you doing tonight? And I was going to say, what are your trivia answers? But it's too late. We read them. How are you doing tonight?
Well, hey, Lucy, and my trivia answers are Bravo and Alpha for Broken Arrow. And just because you read them already isn't going to stop me from giving the answers I've been thinking about all night. So, I got them right in my head. I just didn't get them on the books in time because I thought you were going to call for more check-ins after you went through the net control team. But that's okay. That's my bad. I was on the phone with Shannon, KC5RBG. He said to proxy him in as in and out with the great state of Oklahoma for his answers. And let's see. I go into work tomorrow because the roads are better enough, but not better enough for school to be in. So the kids will be at home again tomorrow because the neighborhood streets are still pretty trash. And we'll see about Friday. But Friday I'll be on my own getting the kids up and getting them to school. And Saturday I'll be on my own. And Sunday I'll be on my own. And Nina's going to the ACTS retreat in at the church. So I don't know if ACTS has made its way up to Ohio or it's been through there and gone, or if they do it or it hasn't made it there yet or what. But it's supposed to be a pretty amazing experience by all accounts, and there's almost a cult-like following of people that have been and want you to go if you haven't been. It's interesting, but finally giving Nina a chance to go because I think I can handle the 5 of them by myself for 4 days. So we're going to give it a shot, and if we're minus a kid or two, I guess she'll have to just understand at the end of the day it was worth it, right? AI5Q, over to you, Lucy.
AI5Q, K8YUK. We've got you down for Broken Arrow. Sorry about not doing another call. Josh and I are both sick, and we agreed that a short night sounds very nice, so we've been cutting corners. But glad I threw out a final call here to make sure we got you. Good luck on the watching of the kids. I almost said babysitting. Yeah, they're dead. I know that's babysitting. It's just the word that comes to mind. What am I looking at? Oh, there's one in Toledo. There you go. There's an ACTS retreat in Toledo. It's still like 3 hours from us, but still, it's not. Oh, it's from men. Oh, gosh, never mind. I can't go, everybody. I actually really like silent retreats, and I told Josh about the upcoming ones, and he stared at me, and he goes, without me? So I don't think I'm going to go on a retreat that isn't a couple's retreat for a little bit, which is fine. I would love to go on a retreat with my husband, but we will see what that looks like down the line. Good luck with all the kids. I think I said that already, but you probably can use it all anyway. Kids being kids. Oh, and we proxied Shannon in also. That was the other thing I was going to say. All right. Jairus, we're going to clear with you. We have a recheck from what's his name? KE8QKO. There we go. Nick at Night, what's your recheck?
Well, thanks for taking the Lucy. Sorry to keep you guys up a little longer. But I think you said that meteorite bounced off a radio. And I wanted to point out that that radio must have been an ICOM radio. Sorry. Because I'm pretty sure a good proper Yaesu radio would sacrifice itself for a donor and not send a meteorite flying. So with that, pass it back to you, Lucy. Okay, you guys.
Well, QKO, I have to admit I have no brand loyalty, so all I know was it was a console radio. I actually thought it was a TV. So when you said it bounced off a radio, I was like, oh, that wasn't a radio, it was a TV. And then I looked at what I wrote, and it was a radio. So I didn't even pay attention to what I read. So props to you for paying better attention than I did. Ah, boy. Yeah, I'm going to blame the sickness. If I haven't mentioned everybody, I'm sick. Anyway, I know. I'm going to clear with Nick at Night, and I'm going to pick up John W2JLS, our closer for tonight's net. Do you have any traffic for us?
W8WKY.
Well, good evening on your ears, Miss Lucy, and all the listeners that are still hanging in there for the close. Sorry I missed tonight, and sometimes I'm sitting listening in, and I did start out listening in, and then I meant to get to the radio room and did not, so but I caught the tail of your question about meteorites, and that's definitely a subset of things I'm interested in. I have some in the closet, at least claiming to be bits and pieces of meteorites and keytites that I've collected over the years online at auction. Some keytites from Guangdong province are kind of neat. Little hunks of molten glass falling back to Earth after an impact kind of stuff. And then a couple of other iron bits and pieces of known entities that claim to be authenticated. But yeah, nothing too fancy. The Guangdong stuff is probably the coolest. The others are really tiny fragments from stuff pulled out of the desert. Anyway, thanks for adding me to the tail end of the list, and good to hear you on the air. And I'll know you're looking to get off to go to sleep there. So everybody have a wonderful evening, and I'll try to catch up for the next time. W2JLS. Everyone have a good night.
W2JLS, KEYUK. It is always good to have you checking in on the net. It's very cool about the meteorites in the closet. It is tough to, what's the word, verify. It's tough to verify rocks and their history, but I hope that they're all real and worth what you paid for, or more, I guess, and very, very cool. And as far as staying up late, it's always fun to hang out on the Beacon Net. It's a lot of fun to do. It's great folks to hang out with. Trivia questions are usually pretty good because I am part of that team, and I have had wrong answers before. So I recognize that I have the weak link, but I still really appreciate that people let me run the net and do trivia and participate. So very, very grateful for you guys. Yeah. This is KE8YUK on the W8WKY repeater with the Beacon Net. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, the entire Beacon Net crew, thank you for, now I'm just making up words, thank you one and all for checking in with us this evening. You're welcome to come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the W8WKY repeater. You can also find us on Allstar Node 48496 and EchoLink W8WKY-R. In the same locations, you can find the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday. Finally, don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern Time, on Allstar Node 49562 and EchoLink N5XQK-R, or here on the W8WKY on Wednesdays and select Saturdays. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is Lucy, KE8YUK, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time. God bless, and 73s, or as Betty likes to say, 70 fleas, everybody.
W8TD, W8TD, are you awake? Are you out there, John?
Is this the right radio? W8TD.
I wondered if you might be listening. How are you, John? I had a message to relay. You might have heard me mention it during the net. There was a gentleman from Tennessee who, when I made a contact with him on 20 meters, he asked me from what part of Ohio I was from. I said Northeast Ohio, and he wondered if I knew the Canton Club, and I said this was the Canton Club and the Silvercreek Club's field day. And he asked me, do you know John, W8TD? I don't remember his call sign. I think from looking at the logs, it was either Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor Uniform, or maybe it was Kilo 4 India Delta Bravo, or maybe Alpha Kilo 4 Yankee Delta. I think it was that first one, though, the Kilo Oscar 4 Charlie Victor Uniform. So I don't know if any of those sound familiar, but whoever it was, he said hi.
Tennessee. The guy I know, his name was Kurt, and his call was WD8 something or other, but of course he could have changed it when he went down there.
That could be. He was saying he used to be a member of the Canton Amateur Radio Club.
And that sure sounds like Kurt. Back in the early 70s, we used to run with the Canton Club. We were both on the tower crew, helping club members out. Long ago and far away.
Well, excuse me. All right, sorry. Well, it does sound like that was him. I'm looking through the call signs log, and I'll have to see if he's in there. But what was his call again?
Oh, I'll think of it if I keep trying. It was Whiskey Delta 8, because that's the kind of calls they were giving out. He got licensed in the mid-70s, come to think of it. At that time, I was a Whiskey Bravo 8. Well, by the time he came along, I had upgraded, and they changed my call. But I started out as a WB8, and he was a WD8. I'll think of it. But, it could be other guys that I knew back then that have relocated, too. He's the only one that I still have occasional contact with.
All right, roger that. Well, I just thought it was really cool. That was one of the more cool interactions I had with somebody on field day. So I just thought it was a funny coincidence. So, well, there you go. So, yeah, I don't know if you heard me mention too. I talked to a gentleman who was on a tugboat somewhere on the Atlantic. That was pretty cool. Whiskey 7 Tango Uniform Golf. So that was really neat too. And then our friends. Nick and Sandy. I talked to Nick down in Texas, KF580E, so it was fun.
Yeah, I wasn't listening. I had other stuff going on and making noises, and the noises shut off not too long ago, and I just happened to hear your call. Came up out of the silence, so the net must have been over for a bit. Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you knew the Canton Radio Club, and there you were participating. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I had met Mike N8XY, and he's one of the trustees now, and also Craig N80H. He's the VP of the club. So I met them at one of our POTAs. I think they've been to two of them, and so I don't know. We've just been in contact, and we're talking. And I saw him at the Hamfest, the Maslin Hamfest, and Mike had mentioned, hey, would Sarah be interested in doing a combined winter field day? And I was like, yeah. I mean, we haven't done field day since 2022, and so we were like, all right, let's talk about it, see if we can get something off the ground, and we eventually did, so that was pretty cool. So I know there's a couple other guys. I know Tom, K8, MNT, is also a member of Canton and Sarah, so yeah, very cool. So I went down to, I think I've been down to one or two of their meetings so far. I think they meet at the, I don't know if it's the sheriff's office. I think it's the sheriff's office down there for, what county are they in? Is that Stark County? I can't remember, but they meet over there in a meeting room.
Yeah, the Stark County Justice Center out on 62, east of town, is where they meet. Well, I still know some people that still belong. I mean, I know Tom now up here, but I didn't know him then. But like KDGB is still around. I knew him. most of the guys I knew were older than me, and they're not around so much anymore. But Dennis is AGB. He's still around. I go to the Maslin Club meetings, and I see a bunch of people that I knew back in the day. But see, I moved my activities from Canton to the Maslin Club when I relocated to Canal Fulton. So that was a later group, and some of those guys are still around, whereas most of the guys I knew in Canton aren't.
Yeah, roger that. I'm looking up where Canal Fulton exactly is. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's south of us. Yeah. So what? It looks like maybe Maslin was probably a little closer. One of these days I should make it down to a Maslin. Oh yeah, it's only like 12 minutes from there. But anyways, yeah, one of these days I should try to make it down to a Maslin Club meeting. I know John. I think. Whoops. Foot slipped off the pedal. I think John K8UIB just became the president of Maslin. He's also a member of Sarah. So very cool. All right. Well. All right, John. I think I'm going to head off here and get some shut eye. But nice chatting with you. And it was a really cool interaction. So I was happy to share that with you. W8TD, W8HRF.
Okay, Josh. Well, thanks for the call and the chat. Yeah, you need to get to a Maslin meeting. I could introduce you to a lot of people there. They'll all be old people. But they're folks that I knew when I was active with the club. W8HRF 73, W8TD.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, we'll catch you later, John. W8HRF cleared. 73.